Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you. Let's talk about Poland and the Polish president. This is Andrzej Duda. Forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong, but I believe it's Andrzej Duda. So the Polish president coming out and announcing that Poland is ready to host NATO nuclear weapons on their territory. This is huge news. They've been preparing this for a while now. We know, like for sure, within the last year that Poland's been calling to have nuclear weapons stationed on their territory. And a lot of this is due to Russia expanding their nuclear weapons all over, Belarus, Kaliningrad as well. I think they've been transferring nuclear weapons from Kaliningrad over to Belarus. And if you didn't know this, Poland is right next door to Belarus and also Ukraine. So if Ukraine were to ever fall, they would have Russians and Belarusians right on their doorstep. And they want nuclear weapons, and they've been calling for them for at least the last year. But I know for years now they've been wanting them. So I think Poland would do just fine hosting these nuclear weapons. They have a strong military and good infrastructure. I think they could do very well hosting these nuclear weapons. But the problem here is that that's nuclear weapons closer to Russia's doorstep, okay? And this is only going to create more tensions and get us closer to some sort of conflict, okay? And at some point, nuclear conflict, okay? This could be very possible, adding this kind of tension and fuel to the fire. So we're going to be talking more about this. I have an article we're going to be going over here. This is on CBS News. And it says here, Poland is ready to host NATO nuclear weapons, President Andrzej Duda says. So it reads here, Poland is ready to host nuclear arms if NATO decides to deploy the weapons in the face of Russia, reinforcing its armaments in Belarus and Kaliningrad, President Andrzej Duda said in an interview published Monday. Poland, a NATO member and staunch supporter of Ukraine, shares a border with both Russia's Kaliningrad enclave and with Belarus, Moscow's ally. If our allies decide to deploy nuclear arms on our territory as part of nuclear sharing to reinforce NATO's eastern flank, we are ready to do so, Duda said in an interview published by The Fact Daily. Goes on here to say, Moscow in response warned it would take steps to ensure its security if Warsaw got the weapons. Duda spoke to the Polish media after a visit to New York, where he held meetings at the UN and discussed the war in Ukraine with former U.S. President Donald Trump. In March, he visited Washington where he met with President Biden. Discussions about nuclear cooperation between Poland and the United States has been ongoing for some time, he said. I've already talked about this several times. I must admit that when asked about it, I declared our readiness, Duda said. Russia is increasingly militarizing Kaliningrad, recently has been relocating its nuclear weapons to Belarus, he added. Kremlin said it would respond if Poland hosted nuclear weapons. The military will, of course, analyze the situation. In any case, will take all necessary response steps, in order to ensure our security, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters. In June 2023, Russian President Vladimir Putin confirmed that Russia had sent tactical nuclear arms to Belarus, which borders Ukraine and Poland. Something I wanted to add here is, obviously they're planning to put some nuclear weapons in Poland, right? What if at some point they put nuclear weapons in Finland as well? That would be absolutely insane. Or maybe in some of the Baltic states. I would not be surprised that over time, as this continues to escalate, that we would start seeing nuclear weapons getting closer and closer and closer to Russia. And that's what we're really starting to see here, okay? We've been seeing NATO expanding their bases all over different countries and expanding, getting more countries to join, okay? Finland and also Sweden, they both just joined NATO recently. And also, we just had some news coming out, I think it was just the other day, that Argentina applied to join NATO. So NATO's been expanding, right? And then we've got Russia, they're trying to expand, okay? They're putting their nuclear weapons now in Belarus. So they're getting them closer to NATO, while at the same time NATO is getting their nuclear weapons closer to Russia. And this is just creating more and more tension and getting us closer and closer to inevitable nuclear war. And hopefully that never happens. But at the minimum, what this is doing is just creating more fuel to the fire and getting us closer to that unfortunate event if that ever comes. During the last NATO summit in Vilnius, the Allies pledged to take all necessary steps to ensure the credibility, effectiveness, safety, and security of the nuclear deterrent mission. So, again, yeah, this is pretty big news. Let me know what you think down below. But yeah, nuclear weapons getting closer to Russia. I don't know what else to say regarding that. And I think we all knew this was coming at some point, that Poland would eventually host nuclear weapons on their territory. And again, they're right next to Belarus, and they're a major ally to NATO. Okay, very powerful military that they have. I definitely think they are a country that NATO would consider having host nuclear weapons, considering how important they are to NATO. Okay, so let me know what you think down below. This is a pretty big story. I wanted to get this information out there and share this with you as soon as I possibly could. So if you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.